We're here today to go across the fitting and the operation of a Rhinox Autolock manual quick coupler. After unpackaging the quick coupler, the first stage is to remove the attachment pins. These should only be in hand tight, so no tools are required at this stage. Place these somewhere safe so they don't get damaged by any grit and pick up any debris. So the next stage would be to lower the bucket link here in between the coupler. This is the easiest way to mount it. We can then insert the pin. Again, take care not to put the pin on the ground, as this will bring up debris with the pin, and then you'll put that into the hardened bushes on the inside of the link. For this, you may need a soft face mallet and also a bar just to drive the pin through. We can put the pin in, and then we need to line up the bolt hole from the other side. So this pin actually has two holes at 90 degrees to each other, so we can actually use the outer hole here to align and rotate it so it's at 90 degrees to the hole through the coupler. This allows the bolt just to slide straight in. We can then, for now, just fit the nut hand tight, and we'll come back and tighten that shortly. So by mounting the coupler onto the bucket link, this allows the coupler to swing and pivot, and it makes it far easier to fit and attach than had we fitted it to the dipper arm to start with. So to start with, we'll just put the pin in, and we'll not position this all the way through. This will now allow us to fit some shims, should they be required, to the coupler to make sure that the fitment is tight. So the Rhinox Autolock coupler comes with 3 different shim sizes: 1, 2 and 3mm. There's 4 of each. This allows you to select the suitable shim to close up the gap between the coupler and the excavator arm. What you could do here is insert a bar just to stop the shim falling out whilst you insert the pin. The pin can then be slided through, and we'll align the bolt hole and fit the bolt. At this stage, we can just insert the bolt, and we'll do that finger tight. We'll come back and tighten them both up in a moment. What we will now do is we'll partially remove the rear pin, and this will allow us to put a shim into the rear. Now we've got the coupler securely mounted with the shims fitted, we'll tighten up the bolts. One thing to note on this coupler is the pin overhangs, as this is suited for a thumb. What we'll use for this is a 13mm socket on a ratchet and a 13mm spanner. It's important to ensure that the nylon element of the nut has fully passed the end threads, and at least 2 threads are showing at the end of the nut. This is to ensure that the nylon element of the nut is fully captive and to stop the bolts from removing. This coupler is now fitted and ready for use. To operate the Autolock coupler, you would insert a lever bar into the hole in the rear latch, and you would pull to the right hand side, and then at this point you can push down, and this will lock the latch into an open position. The latch needs to be pushed down until you hear a click, and this is when the pressure sensitive finger on the inside of the coupler keeps the latch in an open position. As you'll note, the bucket moved away from the coupler but didn't drop off, and this is because there is a captive hook at the front. Ensure that the attachment pins are level and not pointing downwards, as this would have caused the attachment to eject from the front hooks. So you'd then go down, you would place the attachment on the floor, and then you would pick up the new attachment. And when the rear pin of the attachment makes contact with the pressure sensitive finger on the rear latch, it would lock automatically. And then you would then conduct a bucket test to ensure that the attachment is secure. And there you have it, that's how to use the Rhinox Autolock Quick Coupler. For further information on using this coupler or other information about it, check out the other video here. If for any reason you're in doubt on the safety of the attachment or you have any other technical queries, don't hesitate to contact Rhinox immediately.